Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to the last episode of our Roots journey together. Just today, I met with one of my clients. I had a session with her, and she told me that she has completely changed her perspective after this journey. Many of you have already changed your perspectives. There are people who have told me that their resentment and blockage regarding their relationship with their parents have dissolved. I'm very, very glad that so many of you have written to me. Well, today I was working with a young lady and I showed her the representation of the self. And now I will explain it to you too, how this concept with the self works. Behind this tree, here is the self, which is a big, 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 big sun behind the little tree. And of course, the sun transcends every petal, every leaf, every aspect of the entire tree. But this self is automatically overshadowed. Why is it overshadowed? Look, you can't see it because of the tree. How is it? Does the sun disappear when it's overshadowed by the tree? No, it doesn't disappear. But it is overshadowed. Through the facets of our personality, through these petals of our being, we obscure the self. It's as if the self is hidden in clouds and we no longer know who we are. Many times we end up believing that we are our emotions, our thoughts, our behaviors, our preferences, and so on. But what I want you to know is that behind all of this is the sun, and you can get closer or further from the sun. But there's no way this sun can ever disappear from your life because you are this sun. You are the self. You are the pure light. You are on this plane of goodness and compassion. No one and nothing can take this light away, not even after death, because you are this divine fragment. What happens is that these parts, the petals, are closed one over the other. This is exactly how it is with you. The petals are one over the other. What you need to do is to heal each element of the flower, each petal, if you want to get closer to your inner self. Imagine that here is the scale. At the top is the self, meaning love. Somewhere below is peace, enlightenment. Below that, we see joy, unconditional love, acceptance. This is very important, very important. Think about it. When you are in acceptance, you are very close to the true self. So when you decide to say yes to what it is happening, to what you feel, to say yes, 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 and it dissolves. Today, I worked with someone who had a very deep tremor in their body, as trauma was surfacing. I simply told them to say yes, and it dissolved in a few minutes. Even though they had very strong resistance, I told them that it's okay to have resistance. It's always very okay. When you say yes to what is happening, that's when we start to heal. I like to say at my workshops that yes is the war. Imagine you're rowing through life, and to cope, you have to say yes. Let go of the resistance, accept what is happening in your life, especially in your inner life. Returning to the point, I was saying, imagine you are on a scale and you start from the bottom. Someone told me that they already feel better by just saying yes. This is clearly demonstrated. So, the self is up here. Below is courage, the first step on the scale of elevated consciousness. Below that are pride, anger, fear, depression, guilt, and at the base of the scale, shame. Now, Think about where you generally vibrate on this scale. Jane says, I say yes and I started yawning. That's the idea. When you say yes, you begin to raise on the scale of consciousness. My dear Jane, you're already very high up in the zone of acceptance, close to love. All of this from courage upwards is specific to love, unity, and God. At the top is your essence, your true self. The closer you are to yourself, the more everything opens up in your life, including your intentions and manifestations. Mark says, I think I'm at the level of apathy. That's okay. This is about the mind. Imagine that love and divinity are at the top, and below in the mind, our parts. The mind deals with all these parts of us, the protectors and the exiled children. The protectors defend the wounded child. Someone asks when we will discuss anxiety and panic attacks. That's exactly what we're discussing now. Fear is down here on the scale. You are identified with a part of you that feels anxiety, probably an exiled child who has suffered a lot and vibrates at the level of fear. To reach the self, we need to move towards acceptance and joy. Before anything else, we accept. We say yes. We say yes to anxiety. We no longer reject anxiety. We accept it. It's okay to have such a little child within you. It's normal for this child to feel fear. Small children depend on adults and cannot have an independent life. It's good news that after you release these wounded parts, you will rise to the level of the self. Your role is to love these little children within you. It's not hard to love small children. And when you have a little child within you who feels anxiety, you, as the self, choose to love them. Mike says, it's those very little children within us that make us wake up to reality. Exactly. If they didn't draw our attention like that, how else would they, like babies who cry out, what else can they do? It's logical. They have to cry because otherwise they wouldn't be able to express their discomfort. They don't have a developed language. They don't have the capabilities and filters of reason to defend themselves. So when something hurts, they cry. The same happens within you. Someone else says, I don't know what to say, but since last time I've been freed from emotions, anxiety, and panic attacks that tormented me for 8 years. Oh, I've been freed. Thank you. I have no words. I love you. God, thank you so much. Oh, and I thank you so much. And I'm incredibly happy that you are sharing this with us. I'm thrilled from the bottom of my heart to hear this. I always tell these parts of me that I accept and love them. And in this way, I connect with myself, which is love. And I love everything around me, including myself. Exactly. Great realization. This is actually my method, in short. We've already talked about the tree. So behind or in front of the tree, however you want to imagine, is the sun. This sun is shaded and manifested depending on how we choose to open the petals. It's very simple. It's up to us to release the leaves because the leaves represent our emotions. It's simple, right? Now, if you have any questions about what we've discussed, I'm listening. For example, how do you feel when you are at the level of the self? You feel good. You are in these higher states, joy, happiness, goodwill, up to peace and enlightenment. It feels extraordinarily good. It's quiet. In fact, that's what the self is, quiet. Returning. Someone says, our self is always love, power, gentleness. Yes, exactly. And everything that represents fear, negative thoughts, anger, frustration are in fact these little children within us. The self, which is light, encompasses all this goodwill, acceptance, happiness, up to and including courage. This is the level of the self. Love, if you want. God, the source. Below are these little friends. Fear, anger, and all the others. Little children of different ages. These children represent our mind, our thoughts. These parts of us are either acquired or we are born with them. In fact, these parts represent separation. If the source, the self, is unity, the mind or the parts are duality, separation. Unity is God who wants to unite us all. And I am like this and you are like this. And I am human and you are human. And I through this and you go through this. Someone asks, how do you feel love for the wounded child? I always tell myself that I love and accept them, but how do I feel that? Well, if you don't feel it, it means another part of you has taken control. That part that doesn't feel has taken control. Now, find a comfortable position and take a deep breath. Inhale and exhale deeply, searching for that state of relaxation within yourself. Close your eyes and allow your body to completely relax. Do you remember when I told you that I asked, show me everything that causes me suffering and bitterness? Let me see it all and keep nothing hidden within. Thoughts, memories, and sadness appeared one by one, revealing their identity to me. I looked at each thought, each bit of sadness and bitterness, and acknowledged the existence of these parts. I felt them without trying to push them away. Then I said to that sadness and pain, it's okay. I accept you and I love you. Come into my heart. You are safe here. I felt this sadness as if it were something alive. After I said that, the next bit of suffering surfaced, and I allowed it to be. I experienced it, blessed it, and invited it into my heart as well. You should do the same. I did this with every thought that caused me pain. I revisited all the unpleasant memories and all the suffering until nothing was left. Then I said, show me anger now. And then, one by one, every experience in my life where I felt anger came to the surface. Every injustice, every loss, I felt them all. I felt every bit of anger completely, as if it were the first time. Then I said, "Come into my heart. You can rest here. You are safe here. It's okay." I continued this process for several hours, moving between all these feelings, experiencing the anger for a moment, and then the calm as the anger entered my heart, as if it had given up a fight. After that, the most challenging part came, and I said to my mind, "Show me the shame." I asked for it, and what I was given to see appeared before my eyes. All the times I felt rejected, jealous, arrogant. But despite all of this, I didn't run away or close my eyes to any of these experiences. On the contrary, I told my mind, "Show me everything." When I tried to invite these parts of shame into my heart, they hesitated, saying, "No, you don't want me there. Don't you remember what I've done?" And I said, "Yes, I do want you. Even you are welcome here. It's okay. I've forgiven you. You are a part of me, and you can rest here now because it's over." When I finished, I was empty. My mind was empty. There was no more struggle in my mind. And I looked at my heart and saw its capacity for love and kindness. And more than that, I saw that my heart was far from full, even after receiving all these parts of anger, shame, sadness, and pain. My heart would have easily been able to receive and forgive even more because love is infinite. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes and come back to here and now. Welcome back. How did you find this exercise? How do you feel after doing this? We will do more of these exercises anyway. Let's take some questions from the chat. What could I do, or how do I figure out where it comes from? You don't need to know where it comes from because most of these blockages don't even originate in this existence. They might come from the womb, or they might not even be yours. It doesn't help you to see exactly where they come from. However, Many years ago, Anka used to work with Bert Hellinger's method, where she would bring out the whole family lineage to see where the blockage was. It's a wonderful method, but in her opinion, it's not necessary anymore. What you need to do is take full responsibility for your life. It no longer matters where the blockage was because the past is an illusion. Only the mind delves in the past. The self is not in the past. The self is in the present. Only parts of you are in the past, not the self. Helen says, I feel resistance as if the parts didn't want to come out. Yes, that's natural. Allow them to be. Visit them and allow them to be a little more, bit by bit. Tears of joy. Thank you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart, someone says. How do you get past the many thoughts? So these many thoughts, as I've already said, are just a part of you that is defending itself, or several parts that are defending themselves. To put it simple, if you heal the trauma, if you continually heal yourself, there won't be thoughts there anymore, just peace. The more you work on yourself, the more peace you'll feel. The exercise becomes effective the more often you do it. Yes, of course. The more you work on yourself, the more success you'll have. The secret is love, someone says. There's love in my heart. Is there no love in the mind? I would say that there is love in the mind too, but it's an unconscious love. If you felt pain, perfect. Allow the pain to be. How long do we need to meditate? Time. What is the need behind your question? How long? First of all, at the level of the self, there is no time. So how long? All your life. What better thing do you have to do than take care of yourself? Annabelle, I felt that all those states from the past found their place in my heart, and I have a bit of integration. Great! I'm happy. I'm very happy. Yes, all your life. Certainly, all your life, we need to work on ourselves, at least until we reach enlightenment. After that, you won't need it anymore. When you get there, you'll see that it was all an illusion. It's normal not to reach a perfect state on your first try. That's perfectly okay. Someone says, I felt rejuvenated as I was born again. Good. Let's do another exercise. It is okay to feel like crying? Of course, it's very okay. Whatever happens, even the pain, if you feel pain in your chest, let it be and offer it your love. There's no problem if you fall asleep. It's very good. It means your psyche is protecting you. Someone asks, for panic attacks, we've talked about this before. What kind of therapy should I do? How can I get rid of them? You don't get rid of them. You just integrate them. You can't get rid of them because they are parts of you. It would be very strange to get rid of these parts, just as you would want to get rid of one of your kidneys. Now, close your eyes, go within, and allow yourself to relax. Go within and allow yourself to relax. Breathe deeply and let your body unwind. And imagine inhaling a cool, white mist and exhaling a gray mist. Repeat to yourself, I am calm and relaxed. Calm and relaxed. So calm and relaxed. My heart beats quietly and rhythmically. It is warm, relaxed, calm. Feel this state of deep relaxation. Now, let's go deeper within. Imagine yourself in a valley at the edge of a hill, a valley covered in green grass, a safe, uncomfortable space where you like to be. As you sit there, feel the wind blowing through the blades of grass. Notice everything around you. There may be animals or birds that have gathered there for you. Or perhaps you see certain signs, symbols, or objects around you. If you notice certain animals, see if they remind you of any familiar feelings or thoughts. If you experienced certain feelings or thoughts at the beginning of this meditation, check if you can find them around you in this valley, in this forest. Just observe. If you can't see them, then invite them to join you in this valley. Show these parts who you truly are and how you want them to see you. Take a little time and observe again how you feel about these animals, things, or feelings you've already noticed around you in this valley. If you feel curious about certain parts, let them know that you're interested in getting to know them better later. Now, tell all these parts around you that you'd like to go up to the top of the hill and spend some time alone there. Notice if these parts are open to staying in the valley and waiting for you until you return. Some parts may want to come with you because they don't feel comfortable being left alone. If you notice such a part, let it know that you won't go far and that you'll return soon to be with it again. Ask these parts to give you a little time so you can be alone on the top of the hill. And thank them for giving you this personal space and time. Gently climb the hill, feeling this state of presence within you as you walk. If you feel the breeze, focus on whether you can sense it on the skin of your face. When you reach the top of the hill, take a moment to notice that you are there alone, far from everything you left at the edge of the hill. Now, turn your attention inward and invite, or if it's already present, feel the presence of the self, that light within. As you sit there at the top of the hill, imagine the core of your being, the core of your body, as an axis that connects you with the outside world. Feel this moment of centering where you are at the level of the self. And the body is that axis that helps you be in this world, far from all thoughts, feelings, or anything else that might define you. You are here now in the core of your being. Take some time to be present in this state so you can remember and recognize it later. When you feel ready, return again to the valley, to those parts that have patiently waited for you. When you've arrived back, make sure these parts know that you've returned and gather them around you. Thank them for giving you the time and space to be alone. Look at them. Observe if any new part has appeared, and check how you feel about them now. If you feel something different, if you feel more connected or more curious, let them know. Remember that all these are parts within you, which have worked for many years to protect you and express how you feel inside. If you feel connected or curious about one or more parts, let them know that you might return and spend some time with them later. Breathe deeply. And when you're ready, open your eyes. Slowly return to the present, here and now. Assignment. Write in a journal about the parts within you that you've observed. And you can repeat this exercise in your own rhythm, in your own way, and wherever you feel it's right. You can write in a journal about the parts within you that you've observed better now. Get to know them and see how you feel about them. Okay? Welcome back. How are you? How do you feel? What did you notice? What did you observe? Write in the chat. Chloe mentions feeling a lot of fear. It's normal to have such feelings. It's normal. Lucy. Lucy says, I am a white ball spreading love and light. Thank you, thank you. Someone else felt a bit of fear, which is perfectly normal. It's unnecessary to destroy ourselves with inner criticism. Instead, we can rename these methods and practices, focusing on renewal, revitalization, and repair. Okay, we can look at the tree of life as a symbol of our growth. The roots represent our ancestors. The trunk represents the early years of life and our relationship with the parents. And the flower symbolizes our current personality. The leaves of this tree represent emotions, which are constantly changing, just like leaves that appear and fall in the wind. Behind this tree is the bright sun, representing your deep self. In contrast with this self, you can channel its ray of light inward, nourishing your personal growth and development. The regeneration method means transforming limiting beliefs, deep healing of blockages, including transgenerational ones, complete purification, revitalization, relaxation, joy, and evolution. We are often affected by unresolved events from the past, but it's essential to recognize and integrate these experiences. We discussed how certain symptoms, including physical ones, can be manifestations of internal aspects that can be integrated. When you feel stuck or repeat patterns in relationships, it's normal to feel a powerful energy. This is an opportunity for transformation. In the regeneration method, the first step is to honor your ancestors. Then heal the relationship with your parents. Connect with your inner parts. Understand their fears and release the associated emotions. Afterwards, you offer love to each part of yourself and connect with your unseen internal resources. This method is unique in the world. It's important to remember that the outside is merely a reflection of what is happening in your inner world. We are the creators of our lives. When your inner self is leading your system, you will feel one of its 8 core qualities: calm, compassion, curiosity, courage, creativity, connection, confidence, and clarity. How do you feel after these 7 sessions together? I felt extraordinary with you, and my energy is very good. I received many messages from you for which I am deeply grateful. I am so happy to see how much you've worked and how your lives have transformed during this time. Your life has completely transformed, but I want to congratulate you for taking the first step towards recognizing your problems and resolving them at the root. The journey to healing has just begun. Here, I have only introduced my method. Here's what I've prepared for you going forward. The Level 2 Pathway to Self-Mastery, a regeneration program, a deep emotional healing program. Through the regeneration method, you will heal past wounds and free yourself from the emotional blocks and baggage holding you back. You will have 10 weekly sessions where we will work intensively together. In the first week, we will focus on the transgenerational aspect. We will delve into the impact of your family roots on your life and harmonize your connections with extended family. You will discover past entanglements and understand the importance of relationships with your ancestors. In the second week, we will focus on your relationship with your parents and its effects. We will work together to properly position your relationship with your family and help you see your parents from a different perspective. Later, in week 3, we will focus on the body, addressing blockages, healing from a somatic and physical perspective. Trauma is deeply rooted in the body and manifests physically as well. You will learn to nourish and care for your nervous system using guided visualization techniques. In the fourth week, we will connect more deeply with your wounded parts, gradually healing them. In the fifth week, you will connect with your deep emotional experiences and release intimate emotions, coming into contact with the parts of yourself that experience various feelings. In the sixth week, we will discuss the forest of your relationships, how you relate to those around you, such as your partner and other important people in your life. We will work together to improve your relationships and amplify positive experiences, discovering and releasing beliefs that do not belong to you. In the seventh week, we will explore the leaves, meaning your emotions, and at the end, you will receive a special bonus. Transformational sessions based on the regeneration method, allowing you to heal the deepest dynamics in your unconscious and reach the depths of your soul. I embrace you all with much, much love. I would like to know what you are taking away from this wonderful workshop. How was it for you? And what are you keeping from this experience? Thank you from the bottom of my heart for the love you are sharing. I am so happy for you, and I hold you all close in my heart. I am eagerly waiting for you at the Level 2 Regeneration Program. I am very excited to have participated with you in this wonderful journey. It was truly magical, as someone said, and we will meet again at the next level. I bless you all and thank you from the bottom of my heart for stepping onto this path alongside me. After this amazing marathon, I feel stronger, and so do you. I look forward to seeing you at the Level 2 regeneration sessions. Anyone who wishes to work in depth will have this opportunity. I embrace you all with much, much love, hold you in my heart, and we'll meet again soon.